can hear me. Hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. Hopefully. Let me turn off the video and let's see if we can start thinking about what's going on tonight. What's going on tonight? There's so much going on. Well, compared to last week, there's not as much. You know, we don't have the massive revelations this week about the man we know as Salah and it was his real motivations. Although we've kind of always known them a little bit. Welcome in, everyone. Let me bring back the video really quickly. The little intro video. Foodie cheats 2024. That's right. Foodie, in her own words, has had a cheat meal, and we even have a new video. That's right. Not only do we have our old cheat meal, Foodie's got another cheat meal. But she didn't call this one a cheat meal. She called this one a healthy meal. Okay, let me check the chat also, because if I'm not coming in loud and clear, I need to make sure that I am. So let me see here. Okay. Oh, Skinny Queen, yes, welcome in. Yes, thank you for coming in, everybody. And please hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. Mouse Toes enjoys some pot. Yes. All right, Skinny's already seen at least some of this latest mukbang that we're going to do first before we do the Taco Bell. And I also want to cover some of the exercise vids. There's so much to cover. I can't cover every vid. I'll be here for 4 hours, maybe even longer if I covered every single one. So I'm going to do, a lot of highlights, that kind of thing. But yeah. Okay, so welcome in, Mouse Toes. Welcome in, Skinny. Welcome in, Yellow Moon. Welcome in, Rally Point. Hope you all had a fantastic week. Welcome in, Twinkle Toes. The pot pie looked disgusting. Yeah, we're going to get another really good look at it in just a minute. Welcome in, Fiona's mom. Hope you're having a great night. Oh, no problem. Enjoy your lurk. Welcome in, A Sense of Wonder. Oh, A Sense of Wander, excuse me. Nora Alizu Pandu, welcome in. Oh, that picture is chef's kiss, moi. Ding dong duh, oink oink, said the Chantal. Yeah, Chantal has really given up whatever pretense of the diet. Oh, let me welcome in everybody also pretty quickly, because I know we got the crowd coming in fast here. Leany Bo, welcome in. Tucker and Friends, welcome in. Sherry C, 333, welcome in. Yeah, a cheater cheating on other cheaters. Exactly. Rally gets the title. Why I chose the one I did. We got Salah cheating. We got Foodie cheating. But is it really cheating if you were never playing by the rules in the beginning? It's an interesting philosophical question. Cloud and clear. Excellent. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Purple Spirit. Welcome in, Purple Spirit. Welcome in, Camps. She's creating poop for her master. It's all part of the master plan. Foodie's not, she's no fool. Welcome in, Mushy. Oh, my volume is a little bit low. Okay, I can fix that. Not a problem. I can adjust that a little bit louder. All right, hopefully that gets us in a good spot. And yeah, and and hopefully you can turn up the setting on yours a little bit if mine's a little bit too low for you. Because yeah, hopefully yeah, quesadillas for Islam, absolutely. All right, so let me make sure I got everybody welcomed in here. Takes the cake, welcome in. Daniel Bashner, welcome in. Holy Water, welcome in. We could definitely use you, Holy Water. Oh, no problem, Daniel. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening, and thank you to all the lurkers. I welcome in all the chatters, but let me also welcome in all of the lurkers and anyone watching on the replay. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, welcome in, Crab Apples. No problem. Enjoy it. Skinny Queen looks like she's like she maybe has Luna running on her keyboard. Welcome in, Jennifer Levine. Welcome in, Joanna Freedom. Welcome in, Quickie. I hope I got that right. Okay, hopefully I did not miss anybody. If I did, my apologies. Just making sure I got everybody welcomed in. All right, so we could get started here. I've got a feeling that's just Luna on the keyboard. Or maybe maybe she spilled some water or something on the keyboard too. That happens. You spill water on the keyboard, you go to wipe it up, and you hit everything, all the keys. Maybe she spilled some holy water? Right? Yeah, holy water. Glad you're here tonight. We can always use your help. Okay, so let me put on my little thing across the bottom, and also I know not everybody's here yet. Actually, I'll wait a little minute before I say that. It's not a big deal, but I just want to make sure everybody full house. Okay, so let me start the video. Let's start up the video. Let's get started, right? Whoops. 1 second here. Let me make sure I've got the screen shared. Yeah, this is Chantal's healthy chicken pot pie. This video is only like 2 hours old. I did watch it, but I didn't really watch it closely. So hopefully we get a good experience here. As far as the audio, let me make sure the audio is good. And I'm also going to make sure to speed up the video, partly because it helps ensure that it's seen as transformative, but also because Chantal takes a long time to say much. Okay. I'm actually going to skip the intro just a little. Okay, so let me go back to the beginning here real quick. All right, let me get the chat open for you folks and add this to the stage. Okay, here we go.
Bye. Well, hello guys, hello. I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna say Bismillah and dig right in. Okay, yes. Oh my God.
Joanna calls it. Actually, let me finish welcoming everybody in. We got a few more people who've come in. Skinny was bringing in some groceries. No problem. Just hope you didn't set them down on your computer. Welcome in, Stackish. Lurking is always appreciated. No problem. Welcome in, Monkey Vec. Hope you're having a great night. No more Nashies. Welcome into you too. Yeah, no, cats are welcome to join the conversation too, right? Hey, welcome in, Susie Q. Hope you're having a great night. Let's see, make sure we got everybody welcomed in. Lean Ebo, I don't know if I've welcomed you in yet. Welcome in. My garbage is hotter than 99% of YouTube. If you let it sit in the let it sit out long enough, it'll start to warm up. Joanna called the pot pie. That was a good call, because looking at the groceries, I was expecting, like, I just saw like the 10 pounds of cheese. I didn't quite think of the pot pie, but you know, again, I'm not as experienced as some of you folks, so respect. I'd call it so quickly, because that was a good one. Interesting. Yeah, caffeine can affect me a little bit strongly, but let's see. All right, let's make sure we got everybody else welcomed in. She already ate all the rice. Did you think she ate all the salt yet? Foodie got like what, 10 pounds of salt? All right, so I'm gonna let the video on. I think we got, a couple more people got to welcome in. Welcome in, Nirvana. Welcome in, Diana. Okay, I think we finally got everybody welcomed in.
You can see I'm eating hot pie. Look at the chicken.
Oh, no problem. No problem, Sherry. And by the way, as far as everyone, you're welcome to lurk. You're welcome to chat. First-time chatters are always welcome too. We're a pretty welcoming place. And also, disagreement is allowed here. You're allowed to have a different opinion as long as you can keep it respectful. It's absolutely fine to disagree on some stuff. All right, let's see what Foodie's eating. Oh, and also let me do a little introduction for anybody who's newer to my channel. I myself, throughout the years, I've struggled with my weight at various times. I've done a pretty good job keeping the weight off as an adult, but it's not easy. It's a lot of work for me, and recently I've done a good job keeping it off. So that's why I like to talk a lot about nutrition, and I like to talk a lot about health. It's not just because I want to be preachy. It's because I really have been doing this all my life. I know a lot about it, and I don't think I know everything, but I at least know some basics for getting healthy. I know a lot of people in the chat also have a lot of experience with this stuff. So when we talk about Chantal here, we like to have fun, but a lot of what we say is really just hopefully good advice for anybody, I like to think. All right, so with that out of the way, we're going to be looking at Chantal's latest mukbang here. It's January, 16th, 17th in Kuwait, maybe. She had been doing an exercise kick all week since my last show, actually. She only started it, and it looks like it's already over before I even got to. She started and finished the exercise kick all in a week. But all right, let's let the video run. Let it run.
I need to open a restaurant. I make the best pot pie. Now, my pie crust is made with oil, not butter, not lard.
Okay, I gotta call us out right now. Foodie, I know that Foodie, if she's being serious, I feel like her science on the health here is a little bit out of date. The lard, I guess some people, I'm not an expert on lard, but I know that butter at least is certainly no less healthy than shortening, especially if you're going to use like Crisco type shortening. That stuff is, or not Crisco, excuse me, palm oil shortening. That stuff is very unhealthy compared to butter or even lard, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people would agree on that, although lard can be high in cholesterol. But as far as using butter, if you don't have an issue with cholesterol, that's pretty good. If you do have an issue with cholesterol, olive oil is a really good choice. But I think Foodie is gloating a little bit about something here that in her case is not such a big deal, because in her case it's about the calories. It's about the calories. Yes, Foodie may have issues with her cholesterol as well that I'm not aware of. If she does, then she's got to deal with that too. But she's got a calorie issue. She's eating way too much, and this meal here is a family size. She's got a whole family size pot pie on there. Okay, so let me let it run a little bit. And she also talks about she uses whole wheat flour. Whole wheat flour is not a huge difference over regular wheat flour when you're using that much, when you're eating. I mean, how many pounds do you think that weighs, everybody? Like, do you think this thing weighs, without the dish, 5 pounds? 7 pounds? That's a massive pot pie. That's like a whole family portion. Yeah, and it's not
whole
crispy.
Wheat flour. Super flaky. And I'm eating out of the dish because
Welcome
I
in,
just feel
Thunder
like
Rain.
it. Beauty bite. So there's chicken thighs, corn, beans, like green beans, carrots.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. See, now Foodie, I like the ingredients she chose. I think the ingredients aren't bad. All chicken thighs probably would have been better to have had some chicken breast in there too, because chicken thighs can be a little bit fatty. But if you cook off a lot of the fat, that's not necessarily bad. So I like the ingredients, but the thing is, I've got a feeling this is also loaded up with a lot of oil and a lot of breadcrumbs and flour. Because if you look at the consistency of it, it's like a mush. It doesn't have that loose consistency that you would get with a healthier pot pie.
my homemade gravy.
Yeah, it doesn't look
I'm not gonna eat this whole
crispy.
thing, don't
It
worry.
just looks kind of dull. Look a bit, Rudy.
And I made my own pickled cabbage.
Look a bit, Nirvana. Also, and that slob on the plate. Yeah, that's her chicken pot pie. Her massive chicken pot pie. Oh, and Susie Q with an interesting comment here. The more outrageous she tries to be, the more people she pushes away. This was absolutely disgusting. I think Foodie's making a big mistake from a lot of perspectives. She makes a ton of mistakes. But yeah, crab apples, she's trolling, exactly. Big mistake here, because if she's going to say, hey, I'm all about health, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to show people that I'm going to make this marriage work, even though it looks like a fake marriage as far as I can tell, and I don't think there is any making it work, because Salah seems like a creep who's a porn addict and got all kinds of issues of his own. But without even going into that, I'll just live in fantasy land with Foodie for a minute, and I'll just pretend that she can fix her marriage, that it actually exists. By doing this mukbanging stuff, she's just making the people who emotionally invest in her health journey feel stupid. The people who are like, oh yeah, she's serious this time. They watch this and they feel dumb. So I agree with you, Susie. She's pushing people away, no matter how she slices it. No matter how she slices that pie, it's gonna be bad for her.
So the trick is, guys, do not throw out your leftover pickle juice, okay?
Darn right, Yams.
I added cabbage, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit more vinegar, and a bit of honey.
All right, and I'll say this, as far as the, and here's something else too. I just want to point out, I was originally going to come on here, and I may still say a little positive before the end. I was originally going to come on and say credit where it's due. I don't think Foodie has really walked that much, but compared to what she usually does, I think she's done a little bit of walking. I think she has done at least a little bit of exercise. She's got out of the apartment. She's touched grass, as she likes to say. And she's at least made it look like she's eating less. But then she went and did 2 massive mukbangs. Whatever benefit she got from that exercise has been completely erased by that Taco Bell. And now with this is whatever benefit she got with the that was erased with Taco Bell. Now she's put herself back in the hole again. She can't have a caloric deficit when she's eating like this. But the cabbage isn't so bad. I mean, maybe there's too much salt, but other than that, it's not high in calories at least. So it's good in that sense. Let me try to catch up on this chat a little bit.
I'm spending there about 30 hours.
Behind.
Oh, and garlic.
Yes,
it's delicious.
Yes, she should. No, not at all, Joanna. Wow. Not at all. For diabetes, this is appalling. Oh, not a binge. It is absolutely a binge. Look how much she eats. Oh, thank you, Nirvana. I want to take it more seriously. I've just been kind of busy offline, right. And I don't like to whine or anything like that.
It's so good.
I'll say this, instead of complaining about that, I'll say that in the future, I will be providing more. I don't want to get anybody too excited as to when, but there will be more at some point. I'll just say that. There's going to be more.
So my gravy, essentially,
oh, crab apples. That's an interesting point. So you think the crust looks messy like that because she didn't have the dexterity in her hands to make to put out a proper thickness crust. That's an interesting theory. I think that's a very interesting theory. And that makes total sense because Chantal does not seem to have a lot of feeling in her hands. And to put out like a thin layer of crust and to get it just even and to get it to stick on the edges without coming off, that would require agility. So, and also you'd have to get the consistency right. But I think that makes sense. Agreed, ding dong duh. And that's part of why sometimes I don't mind making some jokes at Chantal a little bit on that because, well, first of all, Chantal's very quick to talk about mess about other people. So it's not like, I mean, she's the one who starts all that. She's always insulting everybody's weight and appearance and all that. But even without sinking down to that, yeah, she knows what she's doing. She's not a fool. Oh, name the restaurant. Chantal's restaurant. What are we going to call it? Foodie's Canadian Bacon Ranch? I don't know. I got Canadian Bacon and Ranch. There we go. Foodie's Canadian Bacon and Ranch House. Where everything comes with a cup full of ranch dressing. And I don't mean like a little serving cup. I mean like a drinking cup. Like an actual cup to drink of ranch.
Milk, water, chicken stock, the chicken drippings from the legs, salt, pepper, onion powder, 7 spice, a bit of Parmesan.
You know crab apples in Kuwait, right? I think somebody even said that in chat. I may have missed that, but somebody may have mentioned, right? She's using that. Oh, I'm so far behind in the chat. I got to skip a lot of the chat, folks. I'm sorry. I'm so far behind. I just got to skip ahead. My apologies, everybody. I know I missed a bunch of people, so I'm going to try to welcome some folks in. Welcome in Takes the Cape. Welcome in Bunny Melon. Welcome in Stella Virgin. Welcome in. Welcome in Cowboy Dog. She said that he's the one who got the first piece, but I do not believe it. I do not believe it. Call it Foodie's shithole. The mud hole. No. Here's the restaurant. Salah's Chocolate Factory. Right? Well, come on. Salah's Chocolate Factory. That's really food. There we go. Poll time, right? I think everybody in the chat, just submit the rave that you like the most. There we go. Yeah, that is true. Some evil people can be cunning. Some evil people can be smart. But Foodie seems to be a bit of a dope. Could have used biscuits in a can for the topping. It probably would have been a better consistency. And if she didn't make them super thick, it wouldn't have been any less healthy. Yes, and she did use the wheat flour. Interesting point, Ding Dong Da. I don't know if Foodie, I'd be interested to see what Foodie's percentage of viewers is. I'd be interested to see how many men she has viewing her. Because I was talking with another creator the other day about demographics. Just, you know, I don't have anything to hide on this. Less than 10% of my viewership is male. It's not, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. It just is what it is. It's just that's what the content that I'm doing. It's just that's who the audience is mostly. I'd be interested to know what audience of males Foodie gets, because if it's any higher than it is for the reactors, I'd be thinking that those extra guys are the feeders. That would be my logic. That if her percentage of male viewers was any different, was above the percentage the reactors get, I would assume that the extra viewers, those would be the feeders. At least that's my logic. Yeah, and this portion is massive. And again, my apologies to anybody I missed. I know I missed a few people. I skipped about 10 minutes of chat there. My apologies to everybody, but we just have so much great chat, I can't keep up with it. So I'm just going to try to catch up where I am here. Bees or curds as a restaurant, as a name. Looks like a frozen veggie thing. Zero makeup binge. Good point, takes the cake. Chantal did not want to, you know, when Chantal wants to look good for the camera, she puts on the makeup and makes a healthy meal. When she wants to get sympathy, or she wants to appeal to the feeders, or she wants to go with a different energy, she takes off the makeup, doesn't go, and makes this massive plate of feeder slop. And does basically a binge on camera. A completely different mentality. Slosh chocolate and more. Chantel's corn silo. Foodie's fecal delights. A little too on the nose there. Get it? On the nose, right? Al Scottman Sultan Salah. Eating the brown food, the difficult brown. Salah's farts and tarts. No one makes pot pie in the Middle East. Well, no one makes it with lard or with bacon fat or anything like that, certainly. Who's going to be the head chef? Oh, geez, I don't know. I don't know if Foodie would allow it. Ooh, that might be that. But how does she know they're gay? Like, I mean, is there a way that she could see that on their? Like, how does she know that? Because, I mean, maybe there's a way to tell, but when I look at my stats, it just shows male, female. It doesn't, I mean, I guess some people could choose to identify that, but I don't think YouTube even tracks that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do, but I guess I can look. I'll try to look into that. I'll see if YouTube tracks that as well. But when I looked at mine, it didn't show that. It just showed male, female. But it might show that somewhere else. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, Candy has feeders, absolutely. And I think part of it is Mouse Toes is because Candy still produces adult content that I'm aware of. As far as I'm aware of, I should say. I don't know if she does, but I believe she still does. So that's, you know, it's giving them something to tune in for. But I'm not trying to get off topic. Welcome in, Kimbalena. Hers is 90% trolls. I think so too. I think so too, Joanna. Cowboy dog. That's an very interesting theory. Very interesting theory, because that's something that Candy's not doing. That's something that I don't know if anybody else is doing it for that matter, but that is something that is definitely a different. Yeah, I could totally see that. That would be like really, like somebody who thinks like Salah, who's into blasphemy and that kind of thing, like the idea of doing the outfit and then proceeding to eat like a complete glutton. Stella Virgin, that's, all right, you're being a little too descriptive for me. But that is still, geez. Yes, that is a massive pan of pot pie. It is like it's like a giant casserole dish. With the dish, it's got to weigh over 10 pounds. I mean, she probably needed Salah to lift it. And no, it doesn't look good. Yeah, I don't even own a casserole that large. Exactly. I'm wondering, yeah, where did she get that casserole dish from? That must be new. I mean, it's whatever. I don't know. A turkey pan. It probably could hold an entire turkey. That's probably is it. Feeder slop. Yes, in agreement. roasting pan. Food our us. There you go, Mouse Toes. Yeah, I didn't think it showed sexual preference either. So if she has a bunch of male viewers, if she wants to say they're gay, she can, but she doesn't know that. I mean, as far as we know, they could all be heterosexual, they could all be feeders. They could all be gay. Who knows what they are, but she doesn't know that. So for her to say that, it's like she's protesting a little too much because she doesn't know that. To just say that, it's like, what is she trying to suggest? It's like she's trying to, she's trying to argue. That's an interesting point, Sense of Wonder. I could see that, like almost like her battle paint. Candy does a much better job of presenting herself, presenting her image online. I think Candy does a much better job of presenting her image than Chantal does. I will agree with that. Salah will go out one day and never return. There could be absolutely nothing she could do. Start checking your bank balance, Chantal. Keep track of expenses. Susie Q, this is the big story, and I don't want to keep this paused forever, but this is the big question here, and I want people to think about this. I mean, you know what I may have to do? I may have to put on the slow chat. How do I slow down the chat a little bit? Geez, let me see how to do this. One of the moderators put it on slightly slower, maybe, because it's just coming in just a little bit too fast, and I'm having a little bit, just like 15 seconds, just like very lightly slow. But but it's all right. I'm basically keeping up. But yeah, that's the big question, though. Do you think that Chantal is ready to break up with Salah? And do you think Salah is ready to break up with Chantal? Because I think they're only staying together out of convenience at this point. I think Chantal is ready to go. I really do. But I don't think she has anywhere else to go. So she's going to stay with Salah as long as she has to, because she can't bear to be alone for even a moment. That's a good idea, Purple Spirit. That's not a bad idea. Or that might be why she said it. That would actually make sense too. Welcome in, Debbie, and welcome into anybody I missed. I know I missed a lot of people tonight. My apologies. I skipped a lot of chat, so I missed a lot of people. Family size, big family too. And that's such an adorable avatar you got with the flag on there. I'm sure she does. She doesn't need all of it on the video, though. I'll say that. Kuwait might be having a chicken shortage after this. It probably would be the best for his sake and hers. She is her own biggest hater. How can someone say they love themselves and hurt themselves this way? It's gobsmacking. Nirvana, excellent point, excellent point. Chantal is one of those people who calls self-harm self-care. She calls this taking care of herself. This is not taking care of herself. Like taking care of herself like a mafioso would take care of you. That's the only kind of taking care of yourself this is. Yeah, it's an entire cauldron pie. Probably 10 pounds. That's what I'm thinking too, especially with the weight of the casserole. Funeral size platter. Mouse Toast thinks that Salah's the one who will dump her first. Is Skitty Queed okay? Yes, Skitty Queed is okay. At least she was last I saw. The chat is just a little too popping. You know what though? But I can always, if I have to, I can always skip a little bit, right? Oh, no problem, Detective Coaches. Glad to have you in tonight. Thank you. Mouse Toast thinks Salah is ready to dip, but Chantal is not. Yeah, she had a minor keyboard issue that had to run for a moment. Yeah. I agree with that, Joanna. Kuwait is like being on vacation for her. It's not like a good vacation. It's just sitting in a room eating all day. But for her, that's her vacation. Yeah, Detective. Chantal said the first chunk was for Salah. The first chunk is for Salah if the tray of candy bars are for Salah. I think it's the same odds on that. Yeah, she needs a place to live. Salah needs money. It's a relationship of convenience at the moment. Absolutely. Self-care to the ER. Bedbound arc coming soon. I'll tell you, Joanna, she doesn't have another 100 pounds to gain. If Chantal gains another 100 pounds, she is going to be bedbound for real. It's not going to be about us joking or any of this stuff. And it's going to get to the point where it's going to be, it might not even be funny anymore. You know, it's funny because I don't see Chantal killing over anytime soon. But if she gets that heavy, it would be more concerning than anything. Why does she not put it herself? Yes, ding dong, very good point. That's something that I'm glad you brought up. Chantal doesn't finish this entire bowl. I'm spoiler. She does not finish the entire bowl. She finishes a heck of a lot of it. But still, the fact that she, instead of putting it on a small bowl and just showing herself eating that, she intentionally shows this massive plate because she wants to make a spectacle of herself. She wants to make a spectacle of herself. She wants to do it and say it's not a binge. And then she wants to say that we're fat shaming if we bother to point out that this is like a double family size meal. Welcome in, Smudge Lord. It's an adorable cat you've got there. And I did see that. That was something that for me was very interesting in a lot of ways. First of all, yes, I agree. And also the way she covered the fries with ketchup and cheese before, and she let it sit and get mushy before she even tried them. Chantal loves mushy food. But the yogurt is healthy. I like that. I like the idea of putting on yogurt, but she put on so much freaking yogurt. And she was already eating like 1,500 calories worth of food, 2,000 calories worth of food, that it's normally, it's good to add yogurt because it adds some extra protein. But when you're already eating, half a pound of chicken and another pound of cheese, you've already got enough protein for your meal. You don't need to add yogurt. So it's one of those things where if somebody was having a quesadilla and they were on a diet and they had a little bit of yogurt on it, I think it would be a good choice. But when you're eating a portion that size, it doesn't really matter if you're like putting on yogurt. That's not going to help you. I agreed, Mouse Toes. That furniture, there's like no room for Chantal to walk in there. If this was for her, there would only be a couch on one wall, in my opinion. Being a burden on the Kuwait healthcare system, bees. At least she's not in Canada, right? Although my gut is telling me that the minute Chantal's health really fails, she's on the next trip back to Canada because she knows that Canada will put her in the emergency room and take her in without making her pay, whereas Kuwait is going to want to see money first. I agree with that, Nirvana. I think Chantal enjoys making a spectacle of herself, but then she doesn't enjoy the consequences. She likes to be a spectacle, but then she wants to complain like, "Hey, don't look at me, don't make fun of me, but I all want you to watch me." It's a weird relationship that she has with her own notoriety. I would be very interested to see Chantal in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I think that's what you mean by SA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And if that's the case, from my understanding, the law is enforced much more strictly in Kuwait than in Saudi Arabia than in Kuwait. The Islamic law, the Sharia law, is enforced more strictly there, from my understanding. I don't know, I'm not an expert. But if Chantal really, she flouts the law a lot. She's very insulting. She's very loud. She's always imposing on people's privacy, things like that. I don't think it's gonna fly in Saudi Arabia. So I'd be interested to see that. Oh, and that's another good point, Detective Cochise. Chantal's walking segments. I got to put the video back on. I'm not leaving the video even running off.
Worcestershire sauce.
Welcome in, McGeezy.
And there's so much chicken and black pepper. Not that salty.
Good point. Nirvana, that's a good point. That's when I say it's hard for me to feel bad for Chantal when I look at all the history and everything. So I don't feel too bad. That's part of why I crack on her a little. Agreed, Stella.
There was already a huge chunk missing. That was my husband's.
Correct, Mouse Toes. There she is. She said it. Did you hear that? Let me rewind that for anybody.
There was already a huge chunk missing. That was my husband's.
I love how she can't even keep a straight face when she says it. Notice how her eyebrows, like she lifts her eyebrows up, like she's and I'm not a body language expert. I don't think that proves anything, but that's just it's a little bit funny how she has to throw her eyebrows up when she says how she gave it to her husband. Like even she doesn't believe it. Look at her eyebrows pop up.
There was already a huge chunk missing. That was my husband's.
Did you see that? That little my husband's as her eyebrows pop up. Like she really is not a good. She's not a slick liar. And if I slowed it down, it would probably be even more obvious. But let's let it keep going. That's true, Rally. Hypermorbid obesity, danger zone obesity.
Now, when I was, I'm always used to eating those like Swanson TV dinners. You know the ones I'm talking about, the frozen ones that are like cardboard. They're pretty good though.
That's a good point, Camps. Chantal, we do suspect that her teeth aren't good, and she gets a lot of swelling, on asymmetrical swelling to her face, which is typical of somebody with an infection in their mouth. So that would be explaining why she doesn't want to chew anything.
My new favorite thing is pickled cabbage.
Yeah, she did use the full fat yogurt. I'll say this about yogurt: it varies on the kind of yogurt, but generally, even the full fat yogurt is still relatively healthy. I mean, the non-fat yogurt is healthier, but the big danger with yogurt is really the sugar. You want to make sure you want to make sure you get the sugar-free yogurt, and that's not such a big deal when you're putting it on burritos and stuff. But the yogurt that has the fruit flavor and the sugar, that's really what makes it fattening more so than the fat. Because even the full fat yogurt, it's not a huge amount of fat compared to something, to a lot of foods. But it is. But when you're serious about dieting, every little bit helps, right? So it is a place where you could save a few calories. That's a good point, Ding Dong. So much
the whole wheat
cheese.
flour doesn't taste much different.
But there's not. One. In fairness, there's no cheese in this, which tells me one of two possibilities. Either Chantal has already eaten all 7 pounds of cheese that she bought, which it sounds crazy, but it is possible. And the other possibility is that she is saving all of that cheese, because she wants to make a giant cheese meal, and she knows that she needs to save a whole bunch of it. She can't afford to use any of it in this pot pie. She has to save it for the giant cheese meal that comes later. Uh-oh, hold on a second here. I have to adjust my microphone. 1 second, folks. All right, testing 1, 2. Hopefully I'm back. Hopefully it sounds good now. Yeah, right. This is just the Foodie cycle. And I was actually, before Foodie dropped all these new videos, I had some clips that talked about that I was going to run.
Than regular white flour. And it has a lot more fiber and nutritional benefit. Oh, this gravy is so creamy.
This gravy is so creamy. Okay, well, there you go. Chantal always tells on herself. The gravy is creamy. I don't think the gravy is creamy because of cornstarch. I think the gravy is creamy because she probably put a lot of oil and a lot of flour in there. That's my impression. She talked about making a roux. I've got a feeling that pot pie is majority roux. I've got a feeling that this is mostly just flour and oil mixed together. It just has that look to it, the consistency of it. It just has that mushy, greasy look. Where I bet if she put this in the microwave, like a layer of oil would separate out.
Mm. Oh.
Those are supposed to be very healthy.
It also has flour and butter for the roux.
Those are supposed to be very good.
Okay. That's about it.
She's doing it like it's a competition, like she's hurrying to get it down, right? Ooh, that's another good point, Stella Virgin. This food must be very caloric because she's enjoying it. When the food is healthy, Chantal does not zone out the same way. She's in bliss.
Hi.
Right now.
My cat's just staring at me like.
He couldn't lift her even if he tried.
Put it here. So I used to eat the Swanson's dinners. Mm-hmm. The Swanson
No, she can't.
pot pies. They're like $1. They used to be like $1. Now with inflation, they're like $2.50.
Rally, you think that when Chantal runs out of food and she's waiting for Salah to go get some more, that she watches videos like this to kind of like get, to give her something to think about until she can get more food? Like, this is the only way she can get her mind off food is to watch an old video of herself eating?
Or something. I'm not paying that. I'll just make my own pot pie. The crust turned out so
Virgin,
good.
it's not fun to discuss, but you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I'm not going to argue that YouTube has to, like, I think YouTube should loosen up on creators in general. But if they're going to allow this, then they don't really have a leg to stand on when they talk about trying to protect people. I think YouTube's big issue is because they have a lot of kids on the platform that they need to be more restrictive about what they allow. So I do think there's an issue for that, but that's a more complex issue. I think you're correct though. Welcome to Toys R Us, kid, and welcome into anybody who's just come in. My apologies if I missed you. I skipped a lot of the chat tonight. Welcome in, Peachy 401. Oh yeah, Detective Coaches. If Chantal gets even the most minor injury, she might not be able to. She might lose her mobility because she's already just barely mobile. Yeah, don't let yourself get upset for Chantal. If you're not familiar with her, I've even said this before. I jokingly call myself Dr. Phil. I'm not really a doctor. Let me put up my little disclaimer. I'm not really a doctor. I know a little bit about nutrition and health, but I'm not a real doctor or anything like that. But what was I saying? Yeah, because I treat this like reality TV. I don't let myself get upset. I don't let myself get too angry. I don't let myself get too, I just treat this like the entertainment that it is, and that's how I enjoy it. Nirvana, I'm thinking to myself, it's so humorous when Chantal talks about a cheat meal. You're somebody who probably does have cheat meals, and your cheat meals look nothing like what Chantal calls a cheat meal. Your cheat meal is probably like a steak and maybe like a potato with some butter in it or something like that. Chantal's cheat meal is just 10 pounds of Taco Bell. Detective Coaches, that's her way of guaranteeing that Salah won't take any. She makes sure to touch as much as possible. My husband. Oh, welcome to anybody. I missed anybody come in, though. So many people coming in tonight. I know I missed a few people. My apologies if I have. Thank you to everybody who's come in, and thank you to anybody watching the replay. I appreciate it very much. Julia got a snack, too. Oh, yes, everyone. Please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying the video, if you're enjoying the show, the stream. Yes, Joanna, she does want to eat with her hands. She's just using a spoon, too. It's a massive spoon. Big old spoonfuls.
I'll never use another crust recipe.
Of course, she spilled some on herself. Yeah, she didn't let it sit for long. Oh, you know what, Mouse Toast? That's a good point. I didn't even think of it, but you're right. She said she only let it sit for like, what, 4 days or something? 3 days? She basically just let the cabbage soak in the pickle juice and eat it. She didn't actually really let it pickle. I mean, I'm sure it's safe to eat, but it's whatever. It's not real pickled cabbage.
I did.
Oh wow!
So much
that's more serious. I was not aware of that. I'll say in Foodie's. I mean, I guess lucky. Would you call this? Foodie seems to have had it for a long enough time that it probably isn't heart failure. But if she did get that, she wouldn't even know.
My stamina is insane. I love it.
Only almond milk. Oh, you don't like dairy? That's fine. It's
the more you do, the more you can.
If you don't like dairy, you can use other products. I think soy milk is probably has a little more protein than almond milk, from what I've seen. I do like dairy myself. It's a lot of sodium. Oh, she said she put Parmesan. I didn't hear that. I missed that.
I think I'll have to freeze some.
Jeez, I'm getting behind in chat again. I got to catch back up.
Or
look at the
just eat it like over the next few days.
I agree with that, Rally.
There's no
You know,
Bottom.
Dan, YouTube has a rule where you're not allowed to binge, but how are they going to prove? I mean, what qualifies as a binge, right? It's a figure of speech. They can't argue that this is a binge because Chantal's fat, right? If she was skinny and she ate this, she could argue, well, I'm just doing this for competitive eating. So I don't think YouTube could really enforce that rule very well, even though it is a rule.
Crust. It's just top. And the vegetables.
Unicity to the rescue. Welcome in, Salavat. I'm choppy again. I think it's something with my internet. I need to figure out what's going on with my internet.
It's so good. I wanted to film it, but we got home later than I thought. It was pretty much already dinner time by the time we got home, and I still had to like make everything from scratch. But first, I had to clean the kitchen. Clean the dishes from the last time I cooked.
No kidding, that might bye. Exactly. Welcome in, Wookiee Lover, and welcome in also to anybody who's come in, if I missed. A very good point. If she made a small plate with just that had like a fork and a knife, just had a little bit, it would be. Oh, maybe. All right, I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. It's my microphone might be off, might be weird. Okay, give me a second. Let me adjust my mic. All right, hopefully that might help a little bit. All right, let me try to catch back up on the chat a little bit. All right, hopefully that fixed it a little bit. Yeah, my mic was a little bit out of position, so hopefully that fixed it a little bit. Yeah, where is Julie? All the chicken on the plate. You think she would show up? All right, let's let the video run for a second. Let me catch up on that. Hopefully my mic is fixed.
Previous
now.
meal.
My
And
apologies, everyone, for that.
I just did everything super fast. If I filmed it, I would have had to get dressed. Like,
There is no change
I
in
would
the
have had to
sound
stay
tonight.
dressed.
I don't know what the heck is going on.
I could eat the whole jar, but I'm not going to. Self-restraint. Not something I'm very familiar with, but I gotta learn. Right, BB? Yes?
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Is this any better?
See this crispy crust here? Huge chunks of chicken. Yeah. Mmm.
It's probably something with my software. Let me check one more thing. Maybe this might help. Hold on a second. I'm gonna let the video run while I check one more thing.
So flaky. Mmm. Mmm. Fortunately, well, you're probably thinking, no, it's not a good thing. I'm a fat girl who can cook when I want to. Ow.
All right. Hopefully, is this any better now? Testing 1 2. Is this coming through a little bit better? Hopefully. All right. Hopefully, this comes through a little bit better. I just adjusted the microphone a little bit.
Hot.
Ah, jeez. This stinks.
So yeah, so much chicken. I put a lot of gravy, a lot of chicken.
Sounds a little better now? Okay.
None of that.
Hopefully, it sounds a little better.
Skimping over here. No.
It's a little bit quiet? Okay, I can adjust that. All right. Oh, crap. I just turned the video off. Hold on one second. Sorry, folks, for the issues with the sound tonight. I don't know what's the problem with the mic. It's but hopefully it'll work a little bit better. Let me just send the video back on. It could be an issue with StreamYard. That's the only thing I could think of.
Okay, one more
issue
bite.
with StreamYard.
This huge piece of chicken.
Sounds better now. Okay, it might have been an issue. You
Little
know
bit
what?
of a
Then maybe
side
it was
crust.
something on my end.
Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's like a whole thigh.
Okay, so let's get back to the subject then. Hopefully the audio is a little bit
It's
better
so
now.
good.
Okay.
It's like half gone, I know.
Okay, I'm glad
Well, a
we
big
got
chunk
that
of it was
fixed.
gone.
That's a
Because of like Salah, like I said.
well, it's actually a wireless mic. That's
But I
the
did
problem.
a lot of it. I like purposely.
Yeah, but I think we got it hopefully
Sorry,
fixed. All right, good now.
I
All right.
purposely like starved all day almost.
Okay.
So that I could eat this. What did I eat today?
So, all right. Apologies for technical difficulties. Let's get back to where we are. Let's get back to the to the video. Okay, so Chantal is back to eating pot pie. I'm back in the chat. Hopefully everything is working out.
A tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a tiny size mango gelato with my husband. I had like.
All right, like you said earlier, Chantal always looks away from the camera when she's not telling the truth. Look how she talks about this mango gelato. Listen to this.
Day almost, so that I could eat this. What did I eat today? I had a tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a tiny size mango gelato with my husband. I had like a few bites. And then I had, that's it. This is the next meal I had.
There you go, folks. There you go. Doesn't she sound believable? Let's watch that once more. Because I got it playing fast, so it goes very quickly. I think she doesn't look at the camera. Look how she's constantly looking away during this entire explanation. Okay, Chantal, what'd you eat today? Why don't you tell us?
Please. Sorry, someone messaged me.
Tell us what you ate.
I purposely like starved all day almost.
Oh.
So that I could eat this. What did I eat today? I had a tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a tiny size mango gelato with my husband. I had like a few bites. And then I had, that's it. This is the next meal I had.
And let me welcome in some people. I know I missed a lot of people a minute ago while I was doing my audio issues. So my apologies again to anybody I missed coming in. I know I missed a few. Welcome in, Sarah Marie. Yeah, classic Chantal talking about food while eating. That was before she met you, right? She did not share the gelato with them. Welcome in, Amethyst. How much of the pie does she eat? This pie looks like it weighs 10 pounds. This is toward the end of the video, but she looks like she ate at least 3 to 4 pounds of pie. like maybe, I don't know, maybe not 4 pounds, but she ate over 2 pounds of pie there. She ate a lot of that freaking pie. Welcome in, Chow Mein. Yeah, she couldn't even look at us when she did that little talk about what she ate today. That was such BS. She starved all day, right? And this is a personal size. She ate 4 full mango gelatos. Is this a personal size or not? Well, we'll see. Is it really that? Is it bad over there in Kuwait? I wasn't aware. Yeah, she is not convincing at all. Welcome in, Freedom Deep. Starved all day. When does a tuna fish? That's a good point, Amethyst. Tuna fish sandwich, the way that Chantal eats it was probably like 2 inches thick. Agreed, Fiona's mom. That's a great point. This is just total BS. That why can't she just be honest and say, hey, I'm off my diet. I messed up. I got to get back on my diet, and this is what I did wrong today. She should at least be honest about that. Right? This is a double family meal. Absolutely. Oh, that is a good point. The Gulf does the Gulf is very salty from all the desalinization, and also they put a lot of waste gets put into there. Yeah, she can't breathe. Not very well, at least. She thinks she's fooling the Beezers at least, right? Okay. This is the super duper size. All right, let's let it run. It's almost over. Oh, wow. I was not aware it was that bad.
I'm still hungry.
Very interesting. Yeah, let's talk for a second about how she can make this meal healthier.
I know people think I'm trolling. But I'm not serious.
We think you're trolling, Chantal.
I am very serious. I literally walked
staring off in the sky
for like probably a good 3 to 4 hours today.
No lie. Probably walked a good 3 to 4 hours today.
And I barely sat down.
Barely sat down, staring off in the sky.
I just like I don't know if it's from walking so much or just not eating a lot of junk food. My stamina to walk is like I don't even feel any pain. It's crazy.
You know, Chantal, walking when you don't actually get up and move your legs will do that. Like you won't feel any pain, you won't feel tired. The trick is like Chantal has shown us, walking without using your legs, without getting off your butt. That's the trick. 3 to 4 hours of walking. Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe that for a second? Even if Chantal walked at the slowest possible pace, even if she just barely even put one foot in front of the other one, that would still be like 2-3 miles for her. Even if she walked at 1 mile an hour, that would be 3 to 4 miles. 1 mile an hour is barely even putting one foot in front of the other. I don't believe she walked 3 to 4 miles. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. It's unbelievable. Yeah, she's just not capable of being honest, and I do think she does get mad about that. The red room to the brown room, right? And she's been keeping Salah off camera. She's not letting anybody see him.
Oh,
I agree, Monkey
that
Mac.
was good. Okay, now I'm starting to feel it. Feel full.
She's starting to feel full. Okay, let's
But
see
you
what
guys were right.
she eats. I love that look on her face, too. Yes, Nirvana. When she lies, it's so clear because Chantal is always staring off at the sky, rolling her eyes, blinking, winking. She's not a very effective liar. After telling you 5 pounds of pie, she tells us she's serious. Exactly. It's sad. It's childish mentality. Exactly. Welcome to Cozy J. X'd out. Her train doesn't crash. It doesn't even go anywhere. Her train can't even get started in moving. It's got there's too much cargo in there. It can't even get the wheels moving. To sure, Jan. Yeah, 3 to 4 hours. That's what she's claiming. Yes, Mouse Toes. She would have another boil if she walked for that long. Ooh, that's a good point, Stella Virgin. She probably counts just working in the kitchen and cooking. She probably counts that as walking. Yeah, this is just total BS. This is unbelievable. It was a 45-minute drive to the park, right? So if she drove to the park, hour and a half round trip plus 4 hours walking, she spent 5.5 hours on her exercise. I just, unbelievable. The walk was in dog years. It was in dog minutes, right? Exactly. She's not in pain because she didn't walk. Let's let it keep going.
Right, when I asked you about like the if chicken thighs would be good in this, and those of you who said it's better, it's so good with the chicken thighs. And the crust is so brown because of the whole wheat, but the whole wheat flour, it adds like an extra bite to it. It adds like another layer of flavor to the crust. I put some egg wash on it. Yeah, it's very flaky. I love it.
Hold on, chow mein. You smell BS? Don't be careful. Salah bot is going to get overly excited. I think his wife is visiting. Yeah, right. She can practically do a marathon now, right? 4 hours of walking. I don't care how slow you go. If you're walking for 3 or 4 hours, that's a lot, right? If they were even outside for 4 hours, that was at most, and even that is hard to believe that she even sat outside for 4 hours. Right? Remember when she couldn't even do 3 minutes? Now she wants us to believe she did 3 hours. It's just not even believable. Welcome in, Red Balls Pirate. Right? It was just a lot of car riding. Welcome in, Jamie. I agree with that too. I think that Salah does not want to be in her videos, but I think also that Foodie is, I think Foodie wants to bring him back, but she's going to wait a little bit longer because she's just letting this die down. But I don't think it's going to die down. But she thinks it will.
Perfect. I'm so happy.
Cheese pie, cheese pie, cheese pie. Do it.
So I'm gonna go put this, divide it up into containers, and
Oh, welcome in, Skinny Queen. Hope everything's
if I can
good.
find the lids, and put it away for tomorrow's lunch or whatever, dinner. I don't know. Anyway, I was very hungry. Actually, now I can. Yeah, I need to
That's
slow
a
down
good
because
way to look
it
at it.
catches up with you.
For the walk, for the exercise.
I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. I'm gonna have a hot shower and then just get into like comfy PJs and relax. And I'm gonna finish watching Cape Fear. I started watching Cape Fear.
All right, this is basically the end of this video. So I actually though wanted to really do the Taco Bell video. I have a question. I think we should do a shortened version of it, just a clips version of the Taco Bell video, because it's already 9 o'clock, and I still want to cover some other stuff. Like I want to do a little bit of the exercise video, and I want to do that little clip where Cyrax talks about that good woman Foodie Beauty who tried to defend him. That's right. Rax was talking again about how Foodie Beauty tried to defend him until the trolls drove her away. So there you go. She just really cares about Rax. Yes, and I agree with that monkey mech. Foodie thinks it's gonna blow over. The only thing that's gonna blow over is the smell. It's gonna blow over from her room into Salah's. Yeah, she can't bring him back. Anytime she brings him on camera, it's just gonna be jokes about poop. You think she's doing it to punish him? I think she's trying to punish him, but I think that he doesn't want to be on camera either. So I think it's a bit of both. Welcome in, Shazza, aka Shazza. She is lying. Yeah, she is a liar. Yes, Mouse Toes. She killed her channel for him, and it was for what? For what? Got rid of the Holy Trinity disappeared. All her big donors, all of her supportive viewers. Okay, so let me switch up the video. Give me just a moment here to change it up. And my apologies for the errors with the audio, but I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad we got it fixed at least. All right, so let me change the screen up real quick. A second here, I'll put on the other video. Here we go. And I got this from Piggy. Let me put a link in the channel to Piggy for doing this awesome clip. So we don't have to watch Chantal's full version. We can just see the clips of her doing the mukbang, and then we can talk about that as well. So 1 second here.
Hi.
Let me get this.
So I was feeling a bit too skinny, so I thought I would have a cheat meal. Anyway, so yeah, I'm having Taco Bell Tuesday for my cheat meal, I guess. So this is their double quesadilla meal. This is double quesadilla. No, this is just them serving normal portions because they're cheap as is. Normally, I guess if they
agreed. Okay, and we're going to talk about the Taco Bell in a second, but I think she did polish off the entire pie at this point. Oh, that's another thing. Does anybody else think she's going to even try continuing this walking outside once the weather starts to heat back up? Oh, that's somebody else brought that up, actually, Ding Dong Duh. Somebody brought up they think that Salah is much older than 29. And I kind of believe that. The more I think about it, I mean, he doesn't look old, but he doesn't look 29. He looks like he's somewhere in his 30s, maybe even his, late 30s. He likes Jim Carrey movies. He's kind of behind the times. I can totally see Salah being older than he claims. Pizza mukbang, yeah, next. Right? She hasn't even made it a full week into her diet. Skinny's just taking care of business. He's always trying to get attention. He's talking about his former stepfather trying to sue him. I don't know. She gets sexually aroused from the food. Well, at least she's getting sexually aroused from something. JB. You know what? I'm laughing, but it's sick. But he probably would actually, which is nasty. Yeah, right. Cape Fear is about a murderer. I don't even remember that movie well. Right? We're all vultures, zombie vultures, and zombie seagulls. Hey, Nutty, welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, he should stay offline. Agreed. Okay, so let me. Yes. Agreed.
Like, if this is double, they only give you this?
So, these words in the bottom are from Piggy, by the way, just to make that clear. That's not Chantal's words. And also this face filter is from Piggy as well. So what's Chantal get here? Let's look at the food real quickly. I know most of you have seen this, but I'm going to do it quickly. We've got this big quesadilla, a Taco Bell quesadilla is, what? It's like 800 calories? Let me look it up real quick. In fact, maybe somebody could look that up for me because I don't want to get too distracted here while I do this. 510 calories it says in one serving. So 2 of them is over 1,000. And then we have the fries here with the cheese. I think these quesadillas might be bigger than that. That 510 seems a little bit on the low end. But either way, this is well over 1,500 calories, probably closer to 2,000.
Normally? No, sorry. All right, cheese fries, diet, or Pepsi Max.
Of course, you gotta have the Diet Pepsi, right? You gotta have the Taco Bell super size. It's a double 2-for-1 quesadilla, by the way. Let me point that out. Chantal got a 2-for-1 on the quesadilla, which is nutty.
It's the only diet they had. And I have yogurt instead of sour cream. So I'm just gonna make it.
I'm sorry, JV. It probably is.
I want to talk about some things that I've seen comments from people commenting on my videos. The only reason you want to get healthy now and lose weight now, because there always has to be some kind of like ulterior motive that's negative. There can't be anything ever positive in my life. Right? Is because of the fact.
Yep.
You don't want to be cheated on. You want your man to be attracted to you. Okay, number one, when you say things like this.
And I'm actually going to slow it down because Piggy's already got it sped up a little bit. So I'm going to put it down to the, well, maybe I'll just do a slight speed up.
You're basically saying that nobody overweight.
You're 50 ding dong? I didn't realize.
Or fat.
50 years young.
Even obese, whatever. Can be loved, or somebody can't be attracted.
Oh, this here bothered me. This here bothered me when she said this. With Foodie, I know Skinny acknowledged this too. I saw some of her show the other night. Foodie saying that anybody who says that she's trying to lose weight to attract Salah, what we're saying is that nobody who's heavy could ever be loved. No, Foodie, nobody is saying that. That's crazy talk. Nobody is saying that. Being heavy and being loved are nobody's saying that those are automatically related or even related at all. We're saying that it seems coincidental that you're concerned about your weight only after this scandal broke, this Poopgate scandal broke with Salah. So that seems to be the reason we're saying that. The timing is very sus. She's never going to really stop. She's only trolling herself. Agreed. Oh, and yes, Lady Nighthawk, welcome in. And thank you. If you're enjoying the show, please click the thumbs up. Yeah, Piggy does excellent work.
Number two, I love her channel. My husband met me, and I was
Oh, that's another thing. She says she was heavy when he met her. That's true, but she gained 100 pounds, probably. I don't know for sure. But I believe she's gained about 100 pounds since then. Even somebody who doesn't mind somebody with a little more meat on the bones, there's 100 extra pounds is a lot of extra weight. And I think he also remarked that he thought she was smaller before he saw her in person, that he was surprised how round she was, I believe, and not in a good way. So it's a personal thing. I'm not saying that if you're heavy, people won't like you. But if you're really, really heavy, unless somebody is attracted to that's, everybody has attracted what they're attracted to. And Foodie is very, very round at this point. So unless somebody's attracted to that, they're not going to be attracted to Foodie. Doesn't mean that somebody who's heavy can't find love. A lot of heavy people are attractive. And whether you're heavy or not, it's just an unrelated thing.
Being on video before we met in person, the video apparently adds pounds. For being on video for hours and hours a day, he would know how fat I am.
Nutty, I have to agree with that. I don't remember. I know she got some chicken, but so she had the chicken thighs in that pot pie. But other than that, she mostly just got stuff like salt and cheese. Like a lot of just crap. the face filter, right? You know why I ding dong? You know why I enjoy Piggy using these face filters? Because Foodie already uses a bazillion filters. So by Piggy putting on her own filters to kind of counteract Foodie's, I think that's good in a way. Oh, no problem, Gozy J. Welcome in. Yeah, the 20 pounds of salt, the 10, maybe not 20, but the 10 pounds of salt alone she got. Just a lot of takeout, I agree. An entire litter box full of fries. She's healthy for the species. Was it Taco Tuesday? Dude, no, it's the Unimate, right? That's great, Monkey Beck. Yeah, it's good to, when people have a good attitude and they're in good health, they tend to look younger. Exactly, that's another thing too. It's a totally fake relationship. It's a fake relationship. This guy wants to poop on strangers, Chantal. He doesn't even want to poop on you. Oh yeah, and also let me point out for anybody who didn't see this.
Sir, the person he was talking to was...
This is covered with yogurt and hot sauce. And this is covered with cheese sauce and ketchup. And that cheese sauce, first of all, fries covered with cheese sauce and ketchup get very mushy. I'm not a fan of that. Maybe some people like that. But I would much rather just dip the fries in a little bit of ketchup. Same thing with this. I don't even like yogurt or sour cream. I might use some of the hot sauce, but then I would just dip it in the hot sauce. I wouldn't pour it on there and let it soak in. And somebody also pointed out that this hijab, I know that she's got the filter on here with Piggy, but this hijab is really filling out with the chins here. I know that's the main reason Chantal got hijabs, but she needs to get another.
Why would I stay married to someone who isn't attracted to me or doesn't love me?
Why would you stay married to somebody who doesn't, exactly, like Piggy wrote, right? Like Piggy wrote here, because you're desperate, duh. I agree with Piggy, I agree with the chat, because agree with Joanna, paying someone to claim them. Chantal just wants somebody to pretend to love her. She wants to do the what do you call it? The pretend marriage vlog crap. Quick, how about as a family meal? I'll post images on my page. Oh yeah, Nutty. Absolutely. I think I have you as a mod. You can post a link to your to those images on your page if you'd like. No problem. Yeah, she's gotten even heavier. He still doesn't love her. He doesn't even care. Oh, welcome in, Antinio Anita. How you know Piggy's a girl? You know what? I don't know Piggy is a girl, to be fair. I'm assuming Piggy is a girl. Maybe Piggy's not a girl. I don't know. I'm just assuming. But I will say this: most of the people in Girl World tend to be women, like 90-something%. So it's not a bad. It's usually a safe guess, although I'm not always right. Yeah, she's gotten really, really big at this point. She's evolved to the beach ball. Her final form of a Pokemon.
Feeling that way, then...
Yes, Rally. Oh, that's a good point. Everything she's done the last week has been purely to distract from Salah. Every day she's done content, and it's been content that Chantal feels will get attention. It's been, first, the health kick, the running, or excuse me, the walking, the soccer, which was pretty weak soccer, standing in the goal there, whatever. But I'm not going to criticize her for trying to do some activity. I think that's good. But yeah, every day she's been doing content just to distract away from her husband being a freak and being nasty and exposing how fake their relationship is. Yeah, it's very creepy. Chow Mate says, there are people, yeah, cannibals love heavy people, right? Oh, no problem, Skinny. You know what? There's no shame in looking one's age, right? And we as long as we do the best we can with what we got. Piggy's filter makes it easier to watch, right? Did she actually convert to Islam? You can't just join by wearing a head covering. Ding dong, officially, Chantal went into a mosque and said the Shahada, which is the prayer they do to convert. So, or revert, I think they say. So maybe, yes, I believe she did, but she's never once done anything to change her behavior or her beliefs, or she doesn't act any differently. So I don't know. Yes, she was born a Christian. I do know that. Mr. Hanky's your friend. Welcome in, Carla. Why don't you put ketchup on the cheese fries? I don't know. She loves that mushy stuff. Agreed, Skinny. I am grateful to have made it this many years, right? The way she eats is wild. Like, she likes everything to be as mushy and as room temperature as possible.
Who does like you for
I
your
don't get it.
size in your good and bad situations, everything.
Stop the cap.
That's an interesting way.
What happened has nothing to do with my weight, and if it did, I could easily find someone who appreciates me for how I am.
Those are all good choices.
Never ever mistake that.
Airbnb
No,
to
you need to
PV.
do things for yourself. You don't change for any man. You don't change for anyone.
Oh, I
You
love
change
this
for
line. I
yourself.
love this
because
line
if
here.
You really
And
love
Piggy
someone,
calls it
you're
out,
gonna
too.
Only love them if they change.
Where she says, "Don't change for a man." This is a woman in a foreign country. She was born in Canada. She's a Canadian, born and raised, whether she wants to acknowledge it or not. She's in a foreign country for her. She's never been to Kuwait, never until last year. She doesn't know anything about the culture. She's changed her religion, although Chantal was never a religious person. She claims to be a serious Muslim now, a devout Muslim now, which is a complete change for her. We can argue good, bad, indifferent, but it is a big change, that's for sure. So for her to say, "Don't change for a man," you've changed everything for a man, Chantal. Actually, I tricked you. That's a trick question. She didn't change anything for a man because she never actually got a man. All right, yeah, that's my joke.
That's not love.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, well, there you go.
Again, that's basically saying nobody who's like overweight is deserving of love. If they have weight issues, if they have problems, if they're not perfect, if they're not running, if they're not super fit. Dumbest comments
Welcome in, Pista.
from a reaction channel saying, well, maybe you should have been aware, like you let yourself go. Maybe that's why he cheated. Coming from reactors who look like this.
Exactly, very much. If only she actually got him, though, right? If only she actually got him. And one thing, Chantal, to be fair, to say about Chantal, if Chantal's going to put up pictures of other people, she should stop using the unfiltered pictures of herself if she's going to put up the unfiltered, most unflattering pictures of other people. And then compare that to she's going to put up her most filtered, most curated images. Put up a candid shot of yourself, Chantal, if you're going to use a candid shot of somebody else, right?
Nobody knows the true dynamic of our relationship. And
He loves to eat the
you never
boo-boo.
will. Guaranteed. He
Welcome
talks to
in.
other women,
Welcome in,
guaranteed.
everyone.
And he cheats on you all the time, guaranteed. You think you're special? Like, what makes you special? It's our business.
She's
Usually
so
when people
lying.
are unfaithful, it's about them. The shit community that fat shames
I agree.
me while looking like this need to cut it out and stop with the grade 5 attitude that just because you're fat you can't get a man, because then by that logic
Nobody's saying that you can't get a man. Foodie loves to just hear little bits and pieces. Nobody said you can't get a man because you're fat, Foodie. You don't have a man for a number of reasons, but there's like so many there. But before I go into all those reasons why Foodie doesn't have a man, let's just talk about the man that she claims to have. He's the one who said himself that he preferred Kay Bella because he can at least carry her. So it matters to him. So, I mean, if Foodie wants to talk about it mattering or not mattering, well, it seems to matter to Salah. All right, let's keep it going here. I love these crazy faces.
So I just want to nip that in the bud.
Very possibly.
And I'm going to say this with the utmost smugness and sassiness I can say. I will never stay with someone who isn't attracted to me.
She's never stay with somebody who isn't attracted to her. She says she wouldn't change for a man. Like Ding Dong says, she's in a Muslim country with a state religion. She's moved here. She wants to live there. She's got a new culture, new everything. Yeah, right? She says don't ever change. The only thing she won't change are her bad habits. She'll change everything else. She'll change anything except her bad habits. Those will stay forever. Welcome in, Shock Factor, even without the filters, right? Welcome in, Oscar John. Hope you're having a good night. Well, Joanna, I'll say this: in Kuwait, they're pretty hardcore, and if she doesn't have the dinar up front, they're not gonna let her in. So I would feel a little more concerned for the Canadian hospital that she's going to end up going back to. They sure are, which is why I tend to avoid them. The only thing you won't change for a man is her underwear. Yeah, she's changed for a paid scammer. That's all she's changed for. That's all she got. Right, and if FFG was the most beautiful woman in the world, I don't think that would change things. I don't think that would change anything as far as her critiquing Foodie. I think that if anything, she seems to understand Foodie because she's heavy herself, so she understands. She can relate in some ways, so she understands when Foodie is BSing. She can call Foodie out on her BS, that's why I've been heavy. And I'm working on being a healthy weight now, but I understand that there's sometimes people BS, and Foodie BS's a lot. She lies a lot. Yeah, and he cheated because he cheated because there's no real relationship, right? She keeps trying to make this purely about looks. And while she's doing that, she's going off on other people saying how ugly they are and you look bad. She's always trying to make it about looks, and then she tries to insult everybody else's looks, and then she complains that everybody's insulting her. Yeah, she's always talking about people's looks, and nobody's ever even people bring that up in response because Foodie talks about it so much, but yeah, and not everybody even necessarily wants to be in a relationship at every moment. Sometimes people just want a little time to themselves, right? And whether they do or they don't, it's whatever. She's, what I think, Joanna, I think this is for her beezers who have not seen everything. I think she knows that some of her beezers haven't. Oh, yes, everyone, please smash that like if you're enjoying it. Nope, she's just being a sugar mama.
And I can tell by how much affection, how much touch, how much XO, how much everything you get from that person.
God, I'm tired of your goddamn mouth. You're a big, stubborn old man.
That's an interesting point,
Shut up.
Easy.
This health journey I'm on.
I didn't consider that, but that makes a lot of sense. That using the religious marriage might be her grounds to get some kind of legal marriage.
I'm doing it for myself, not anyone else.
No, Mushy, you're right, and it's devaluing Salah. Salah no longer and she's always leaving food on her lips, and this is a bit of a pet peeve of mine. I'm not Mr. Super Dainty. I'm just a regular guy. I can be a mess sometimes, but I don't let food sit on my face, sit on my lips. I have a beard. I have a mustache. I don't like to let the food get stuck in there. I wipe it off. I clean my face. Chantal just lets food sit on her face all the time. It's just like she doesn't have any feeling in her face. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she doesn't feel anything in her face. Maybe that's why she doesn't realize she always has stuff all over.
So it's like 2:30 p.m.
Not a lot of competition.
I hate that attitude towards overweight people.
I'll tell you, Anthony. I don't like to be mean about Chantal's looks, but she's so mean about other people's looks that it's just I think it's very fair to be straight up about her.
So I just wanted to do that PSA today for you, so you don't get it twisted.
She has every right to do it.
You dumb old
She has every
piece
right.
of leather rubbery bitch, Donald Trump ass. Shut the up.
All right, let me pause this for a second, catch up on the chat really quickly, and let me go. Okay, folks. What would you rather see a Chantal workout video, or would you rather see the? I think the Chantal workout video is really most interesting. I might show a clip of the Cyrax stuff too, but let me switch up the video real quick before I do anything else. So let me get that going here. Hold on, let me turn off the chat real quick. Yes, she is a chameleon. Okay, let me switch up the video here real quick. One second, folks, just getting the video. One second, folks. Just getting back the other video. All right. So this is Foodie working out at the park. This is the most recent workout video. This is what she was doing before she started doing the mukbangs again. So let me pull this up 1 second. Make sure it's to the screen. All right. Now, the weather in Kuwait right now is beautiful. This is beautiful weather right now. So I think that Chantal can really enjoy working out right now, going outside. I'm not gonna. I'll just say this. I think that everybody has. There's a shoe for every foot. Some guys like a bigger woman. Some guys like a smaller woman. But I know that Chantal, even for a big woman, is not appealing. I'll say that. I'll say that even guys who like bigger women, I don't think would be attracted to her because she doesn't have much. She has a really nasty personality. She doesn't take care of herself really. I'm not going to try to get too much into personal relationship stuff tonight, but yeah, there you go. Exactly. If she was thinner, she'd be even worse. She would be even worse. Okay, so let's let this run a little bit.
And there's some cute
animals.
animals.
This is actually an unedited Chantal video, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and turn up the speed a little bit. All right, this is Chantal walking.
Challenge is Amity Park. I have been here before, but I didn't fully walk around it. There's a lot of cute animals to.
Oh, and of course, first
before I head into the park, I'm gonna get.
She went to go to eating before she went to the park. Let me put that up first. Because you know that if Chantal goes exercising, she's going to go eat before and afterward. Yes.
So before I head into the park, I'm going to get an iced Americano with no sugar at this coffee truck here.
Oh, thank you, Hippieista. Hippieista there with the details. Okay, so 2 chicken quesadillas, $5.20 each. So that's $10.40. Nacho fries, $3.20. So really, it was less than I thought. I thought it was going to be at least $1,500. But even with the Greek yogurt, it's probably only about $1,500, $1,600. So I'll say this. The Taco Bell, she escaped under $2,000. But still, how much? She talks about walking. Let's do a little bit of math for a second. I like to talk about health and numbers. We did the math before. Chantal would need 3,000 calories approximately to maintain her body weight. Maybe even a little bit more than that because she's gotten heavier since the last time we looked. If she's losing, she wants us to believe, approximately a pound a day. That means that she is all but starving herself. That means that she is exercising on top of that she's got a caloric deficit daily of almost a pound a day, which would be over 3,000 calories a day. It's just not adding up. If she was losing that kind of weight, it would be falling off of her. Welcome in, TLR. Right? It wouldn't just be her going off on people all day. Welcome to Kitty Goddess. That's what he's getting her probably. All right, so let's see she orders here.
Thank you.
She orders a soda, a juice, a Nescafe. What is that? Iced coffee?
Bismillah.
She's never gonna forgive that. Did Foodie actually say what it was she ordered there? I didn't see that. All right, so let it keep going. Agreed, Nirvana. 7 pounds of cheese, right? I didn't even know that, Monkey Mac. I don't look into the individual reactors and their personal lives and all that stuff. But I just assume that, if people don't need to dispute what Chantal says, because most of her arguments are they're not even worth responding to, in my opinion. So if that's true, I think that's fantastic for her. Yeah, Chantal is never going to get over that. The way FFG is kind of outsmarted her on the BBJ situation and plenty of other things. Bring back the mustache, Chantal. Hey, welcome in, Jess. Hope you're having a good night. I wonder if she even tastes her food. That's a good question, Carla. I think that Chantal's taste buds are very dull. I think that she needs very strong salt, very strong sweet, very spicy before she tastes it. Ooh, yes, McGeezy, it is a feeder thing. Oh, geez, I'm falling behind in the chat again. Geez, I got to catch back up. Oh, wow. I'm so far behind in the chat. All right. My apologies, folks. I know I'm going to miss some people. Caffeinated drinks can raise blood pressure. That's true. She claims her blood pressure is already good, but oh, Jess, that's okay. Let's ask this question. Do you really think that Chantal has lost any of the weight that she claims to have lost? Chantal claims to have lost 15 pounds at this point. We can get a good look at her body here. I mean, if she weighs as much as we think she weighs, 15 pounds is not a lot of weight on somebody who weighs 500 pounds. She claims she weighs 358, I believe. Yeah, she's pooping a pound a day. Well, if she actually was, I mean, Salah would be very happy with that. And yes, Cozy J, you cannot outrun a bad diet, except if you're a marathon runner, right? You have to run a heck of a lot. And if she is losing weight, it's probably due to a health issue. It's not due to being responsible and good eating. No, absolutely, Fiona's mom. It's always, if you can be responsible, it's always best. She is like a roach in that sense. Another empty park. I'm surprised it's so empty with this beautiful weather. Oh, she had an iced Americano. Okay. Oh, it was double stuffed. You know what, Leanie Bo, thank you. Because I thought it looked very thick. It looked bigger than I remember, because I haven't had one of those in years. But even when I did, I remember it was a lot thinner. So that makes a lot more sense, because it did seem a little bit light on the calories. It did seem a little bit light. Oh, and if she got the whole family meal, which Nutty thinks, and she probably did. She probably had the other stuff off camera.
Guys, welcome back to another video. So today's walking challenge is Amity Park. I have been here before, but I didn't fully walk around it.
No
There's
problem.
a lot of cute animals to feed here, and it's just a really nice day to go walking again.
Agreed.
So, Yella, let's go.
Just think about this. How depressing is that? Chantal would have to lose 100 pounds just to get to the point where she is not lying about her weight. She'd have to lose 100 pounds just before she can even lose 1 pound. Am I saying that correctly? She's lied about her weight for so long that she'd have to lose 100 pounds before she could even be honest about her weight. That is not a good. That's a bad situation to be in.
The iced Americano is actually really good. Pure coffee flavor, no sugar.
Well, that's fantastic, Jinxes Derny. Congratulations. I mean, I'm assuming that you want to lose weight, but hopefully that's a healthy weight loss. But as long as it's a healthy weight loss, that's fantastic. 20 kilograms is you could fix that. I mean, it's up to you. Obviously, I don't want to encourage I do want to encourage people to be healthy, but I don't want to push anybody. At your own time, at your own pace, do what's right for you. And long term, just focus on health. Long term, that's the right thing to do. I've managed to lose and maintain at a healthy weight. It just takes time. If Chantal wasn't a diabetic, if Chantal wasn't already getting cellulitis, if Chantal wasn't already getting lymphedema, if she wasn't already in all these health dangers, she didn't already lose her gallbladder, if she didn't already have to get a hysterectomy because of cysts that were possibly aggravated by her obesity. If she didn't have all these other issues, she could make a much better argument for slow and steady weight loss. She could say, well, I'm just going to lose a pound a week and I'm not going to worry about it. And in the long run, I'll be a lot better off. I'll be a lot healthier. She's in the danger zone. She can't afford to go slow and steady. She needs to get that weight off quick. And I don't mean do a crash diet kind of quick, where she wants to do it in an unhealthy way. But she wants to get it off as quickly as she can while still being healthy. Welcome in, Kiki. Yeah, I doubt it too. I don't believe the weight loss claims. I don't believe she's lost 15 pounds. I believe that if she's lost anything, maybe it's a pound or two.
The park has a washroom. I like that. So this is going to be fun. This is a traditional toilet here.
All right. Well, this is okay. Well, now we know what Salah's favorite part of the trip was. It's awfully clean too. You know that he was here. That Salah had a chance to go over this place before Foodie went in. He was like, it was a little bit dirty when I got here, but I made sure to tidy it up. If you know what he means.
in the Middle East. Yeah. I might hold it.
No FODMAP. I'm not familiar with that acronym. If Joanna, if you could maybe share a little bit about what FODMAP means. I mean, I may know it, but I'm just not familiar with the term. Yeah, she's got to have that backup burrito, y'all, and she probably did have that whole backup meal. This is all the exercising we see. I will say this: this is a beautiful place to exercise. This is absolutely gorgeous. These hedges and this fountain, especially in this time of year when the weather's not so hot. Chantal, please take advantage of this weather because it's going to get really hot soon, and it's not going to be possible. You know, Fiona's mom, I don't think they're ever going to lose enough to get to the point of having a lot of loose skin, and I don't mean that in a bad way either. I mean, I think that if Chantal could even just lose 60 pounds, 80 pounds, even that would be a tremendous victory, and I don't think she would have that much loose anything. I think she would just look better in every way. Not that I think she'll do it, but oh, I get you, Jinx. Yeah, you know what? You know, be careful. Don't want to lose too much. Yep, probably 100 pounds less. Yes, Joanna, always consult your doctor.
I want to run around this maze.
Okay, this is Chantal's exercise portion of the trip. I think it's great that she's moving. I actually like this. But I feel like this is purely for the camera. Like, that's it. Like, she did this little bit of walking for the camera, and then as soon as the camera was off, she sat down. I don't feel like she was exercising and happened to get the camera on something. I feel like she just did this for the camera.
There's a nice gazebo here.
Yep. Oh, it's okay, and Anita, I've been on and off with the gym. I'm off the gym at the moment, and now she's gonna go sit. And
nice shaded area.
again, I don't think it's a bad thing to exercise and then take a seat. I think that's a great thing. But I think Chantal is being dishonest because she wants us to think that she exercised for hours and hours and hours, which just isn't true. She did some exercise, which is great. But I don't believe that she did as much as she said. I think she's lying about that.
To have a little rest, finish some coffee. It's not that hot today.
Agreed.
It's not hot at all, actually. It's nice and windy. I love it. You know, I haven't had any sugary drinks since starting this new lifestyle. You know, it hasn't been that long. But
keep in mind, this is just one day before she did the Taco Bell. 2 days before she did the 10-person size chicken pot pie. Chantal is very big, no pun intended, on these diet plans. But they don't last. They don't last. She didn't even make it 4 days? A week?
yeah, I find my stamina is already so much better. I used to huff and puff and sweat just walking to the car from the apartment. And I remember complaining, you know, that, you know, park close because even the car was parked too far away. So this is amazing. And this is definitely motivating me to keep.
That artwork is really good. Welcome in, Salads Lover Butt Burrito. Why the music that she's doing? I don't know why she chose this music. I honestly couldn't tell you. Ooh, I like that idea, Joanna. That's kind of what I did. That's kind of the diet I did for myself, where I was much more restrictive in the beginning, and then over time I became a little more relaxed with it. Playing tag, right? I don't think they're really going to lose the weight just for the camera. Yes. You'll see it. You will see it though. You're going to
Keep going every day that I have a successful day and wake up and think, where can I go walking today? So it's very motivational, and I hope that I'm helping some of you as well. Let's do this together. I know a lot of people need to get healthy. Yellow. So we picked up some pita bread at the Bacala, which is a little grocery store you see around here.
That's a great point, Kitty Goddess. And I don't, and maybe destroy, you know, destroy is maybe a strong word for some, but in Chantal's case, she probably has consumed far more calories than she burnt. Now, yes, exercising will still help you build some muscle, so it's still better to burn the calories and then eat instead of just doing nothing. But if you're eating more calories than you're burning, you might actually be gaining fat. So I think that Chantal, whatever weight she's losing, she's just gaining it back in fat. It's not a net positive. Exactly, Nutty. I think, in fact, here's a conspiracy theory for everybody in the audience. Does anybody else think that Chantal, the real reason, but a big part of why she's been doing all this walking is because she wanted to record walking videos so that she could use them later in the year? Or later in the month even. But she's recorded all of her walking for the next month already. I've got a feeling that various scenes in these parks, she cut this walking video into pieces, and over the next few months, she's going to release different clips from this walk and use those. Say, oh, I'm exercising every day. I'm going to this same park every day. And I think that's what she did because the weather now is nice. Excuse me. Nice enough where she could film more walking than she otherwise would do in the video. Yeah, and you're right, Monkey Mech. When you want to lose that much weight, it has to be a lifestyle change. If you're just trying to lose 5-10 pounds, you can just go on a diet. But if you want to lose massive amounts of weight, it has to be a real change. Good point, Jinx. Foodie is cheating constantly on her diet. And it's, if you're already been dieting for a while and you're successful and you want to have a little cheat, that's one thing. But Foodie is cheating more than she's playing by the rules. Oh, geez, Fiona's mom. That is the way to do it. If I have a family member, I hope they're listening to what you're doing here. If you're going to do the surgery, you want to get in as good a shape as possible before the surgery, because if you don't do that after the surgery, it's going to be even harder. Oh wow, this is interesting. Fermented oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. It's a lot of big words, right? Sounds like different types of oils, different the disaccharides, monosaccharides. I think those are hydrocarbon chains. It's been a while since I took chemistry, but that's what I think that is. Yeah, I think so too. Ooh, that's a good point, Jess. She's destroying her vascular system and her lymph system.
And they're called bacalas. And we are going to go feed some animals they have here in the park. So let's go see the bees and animals. All right, take it.
Okay, I'm going to skip through the petting zoo because I know some people, they don't like petting zoos. And I know that Chantal is only doing it to troll. But she doesn't go to the petting zoo just yet. So we're going to let it run.
Get to the animal section of the park. We're going to finish taking a detour all the way around so I get some more walking in.
And see, she's saying, oh, she's doing this to get more walking in. If this was for real, this would be great. If this was for real, this would be great. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Let's see what she does here. She goes on this health trail. This is a fitness trail, which is a good thing.
So far, we walked 400 meters, I think.
And let's look at how Chantal's walking. And this isn't to say that she shouldn't walk. I'm not trying to make fun of her. I'm just looking at her posture. It appears, so let me take off the comment. It appears that she's waddling just a little bit. Again, I'm not saying this to make fun. I'm just pointing out that I think she has walked because I think she's a little bit tired. Because the way she's walking, it looks like she's a little bit tired. Like she's really shifting her weight heavily from side to side. So I think she's a little bit tired out already. But I am glad she's walking though. I don't think that's bad. I'm surprised they don't attack her.
So in this section of the park, there's actually some outdoor gym equipment of sorts. So we're going to try some out.
Ooh, Nutty. Thank you. That is a good point. That's what we need to catch Chantal on. If she says, oh, I went really early in the morning before it got hot or something like that, that's what she's going to probably say. Oh, we got a comment here from Quixie. I do changes that I can live with the rest of my life. Instead of normal pasta, whole wheat bread, and so on. More fruits for snacks, fizzy water instead of diet sodas, sugar-free candy. Sure, I think that's I do seltzer water, sparkling water. I drink a lot of that and that quenches my thirst for soda because I love soda. So it's definitely make the changes. And if it's a long-term thing, those kind of small changes will make a big difference. But Foodie, again, she can't afford to wait years to get healthy, right? She needs to make those changes a little quicker.
See, I think this one is for sit-ups and push-ups.
Okay, let's see her do these sit-ups and push-ups. I haven't seen this.
Yalla.
Can she do one? All right, that's. Good for her. Now, I will say that those were very assisted push-ups, the angle that she used to make it as easy as possible. But for her, any push-up at all is an improvement. So you know what, Chantal? Good for you. Do some.
No, I can't. I don't think I can do this one.
Yeah, we're just going to skip the zoo part.
I can't do this one with my abaya.
It is a nice park, Hippie East. I think it's really nice.
And I can't reach this one either.
You know something? I don't like to quote body shame, but Chantal is bigger from the side than she is straight ahead. Like she's so wide. I can see why people have asked her if she's pregnant, because she keeps the weight like right in her belly. Like she's a very distinctive shape. Say it like that.
Not appropriate for me in an abaya right now.
Ooh, that's a good point, Joanna. She's intentionally not bothering to read the signs. She's just going past them like, oh, well, yeah, I don't know what this one's for. I don't know what this one's for. Not that she could do
What's
them
this?
anyway. Yes, Nirvana. Somebody else mentioned that. They said that Foodie, if Foodie was serious about working out, she would have streamed a walk. Why not stream herself walking? If you're going to be walking for 3 or 4 hours, like she said, why not stream just 30 minutes? Why do you have to make a video and cut it together? I mean, what the heck is that even supposed to do? For her to lose enough weight to
balance
matter a
beam.
little bit.
I can't even get on it without falling.
Ooh, good point, Quixie. She is not even sweating, and her abaya is not sticking to her. Yes, the weather is nice, but it's not that. But I don't care how nice the weather is. Foodie is so heavy that she's going to get very sweaty from any kind of exercise. She skipped basically every one. She did that little bit of push-up one. That was decent, but that's not enough. She didn't do the leg one at all. She skipped basically everything. Whatever happened to the? Oh, that's right, Nirvana. They had a gym. That's right, in the apartment. Ooh, that is a really interesting conspiracy theory, Joanna. But I think that's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I could totally see them asking her to not use the gym because either she was dirty and she had an offensive smell, perhaps, or maybe she was very sweaty and she got the equipment very sweated up, or maybe she broke some of it. Any of those things are possible, right? So I could absolutely see them asking her not to use it, or it might be that she is too heavy and they don't want to take the risk. They're worried she'll get hurt. Why do her shoes look pointy? I'm going to blame that on the filters, maybe? I don't know. Exactly, Rally. Her 3 to 4 hours walk before the pot pie. Yeah, she used a ton of filters. 100 pounds from the exercise. She has to lose 100 pounds just to stop lying about her weight.
So we came from down there.
She needs a Scooty at this point.
We're almost finished.
Agreed, Jess. Agreed. Thank you for the reminder. And I agree. Ooh, that's another good point, Detective Coaches. Foodie gets out of breath just describing her groceries. Remember? She got out of breath just talking about her groceries the other day. How the heck is she walking and talking and not constantly out of breath, right?
Some nice flower.
And her head scuba cap is getting tight. Look at that cap. She said she's lost 15 pounds, but why does her cap look tighter than ever around the chin, right? And I'm not trying to be rude, but if she lost 15 pounds, it should be getting looser, not tighter.
Some nice flowers.
Exactly. She gets sweated and out of breath just from talking about food. That is exactly what you should be doing, Kobe J. especially because it's going to be getting hot soon. But this kind of walking for Foodie, she can't really, I'm just going to take a guess. And if she was really walking far enough to do enough walking to burn the calories, she'd get another boil. She just has her fupa balls rubbed together too much. Her thighs hit the fupa too much. And I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm just pointing out that walking like that for 3 hours is going to cause irritation. She's not going to be able to do that regularly. So going in the pool, doing something like that, at least to get started, is what she needs if she's serious. Welcome in, Linda Lou. Hopefully you're having a great night.
Time to see some cute animals.
And welcome into any lurkers, and welcome into anybody in the chat who I missed. I know I missed a lot of people tonight. My apologies for that. I had to skip a lot of the chat because it's just we had so many great chats, but managed to catch up. But yes, thank you everybody who's come in, and thank you everybody who's watching the replay. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. And please subscribe if you're enjoying the show. I do a show every week at this time.
That's a handsome rooster.
I'm going to skip ahead over the petting zoo part because Foodie should not even be around animals. She's neglectful, possibly even abusive, some could say. So let's skip ahead here to the part at the end.
Actually has clean water that people can drink from, and you'll see these all over Kuwait. They're very important, especially in the summer. And it's done by charities or people with more money. And in Islam, it's very.
Oh, thank you so much, Rally Point. Oh yes, if we can get just 3 more subs, we can get over 700. I've been just under 700. And let me click on your super chat here. Oh, all right, yes. If we can get over 700, that'd be awesome. I mean, I was only at 500 something just like a month ago. I've gotten so many new subs lately. So thank you to all my new subs, and thank you to all the old subs as well. But yes, especially thank you to all the new subs. Thank you again, Rally. Thank you for the $10. Very much appreciated. She's shaped like a letter D from the side. If she had some more boobage, she'd be shaped like a letter B. But she's more like a lowercase b, like a D. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a D works. Her scuba cap's gonna be a ninja mask. It's gonna be a ski
mask. To do good deeds like this for other people. Wow, nice garden.
Filters are working overtime.
So now I'm walking on the other side of the park with the animal side, and there's another park here to walk around. Here's another example of a water station.
Excellent point, Quixie. I hope I'm saying your name right. Back in 2020, Foodie was a lot more mobile. She claimed then that she was the same weight she claims now. She wants us to believe that she weighs less now than she weighed then. Back then, she could move, she could climb stairs, she could dance, she could starfish. She was very clumsy, but she could do it. Now, she could barely walk without getting out of breath. So that's a great point. And do I think she really had a boil? That's a good question, Fiona's mom. I think she could have had a boil. But did she actually have one in that moment? I don't know. It's very possible the extra money that was spent on weed and things like that. But she could have had a boil because there's plenty of friction down there, right? Yeah, she is really, she should not be around animals. So let's that's why I skipped ahead through that section. Oh, that's a good point, Linda Lou. Foodie, at her weight, she should be trying to go to the, using the pool and things like that to try to get the pressure off the joints. Yes, and she was constantly stopping to rest. Constantly. That's why she's out of breath.
Built like an old traditional Kuwaiti house. Sometimes
I'll say this is actually kind of neat. I thought this was interesting. This traditional Kuwaiti style water station. I thought that was interesting. But can you imagine how hot that water must get in the summer? It's probably like could burn your hand in the summer because the pipes are going to get so hot.
They have different shapes and everything. It's really cool.
I thought that was interesting to look at least. You know what, Fiona's mom? I was actually thinking of I have an idea on how to do something like that. I plan on the future to do like an extra like community chat or something, and I'm thinking of maybe setting up like a secondary channel or something, maybe for just like more of like a nutrition based, like just nutrition and community chat rather than doing the Chantal video reviews. Because I love doing these, but I also enjoy doing like the more just like chat type stuff too sometimes. So I'm gonna work on it. I need to. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of fires in the, a lot of irons in the fire, but good stuff will come from it.
Here's another one shaped like a bottle.
Joanna, it's like a different person.
Here we have another water station shaped like a traditional
I'm
Arabic coffee
glad
cup.
I do. You're very welcome, Susie. Foodie looking like a letter P.
All right, guys.
Lowercase p.
I walked the entire park on both sides and fed some animals and got some good exercise and some fresh air. And my mood is set for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna go home, eat something healthy,
Indeed.
and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for coming along. Bye.
I agree. Okay, let me pause this real quick. Well, I don't know if I saw. I don't think I saw that. I don't mind taking a look if Nutty has an interesting link. We could take a look at that for a minute. Yeah, we're getting near 10, but you know what? I think we could take a minute. Does anybody want to? I'll show that really quick clip of Cyrax talking about Foodie. It's only like a minute. So let me put that on real quick. I'll pull up the that little clip of Cyrax to close us out, because I think that's a little funny clip to have for the night. Let me go to my. Oh, you know what actually would be good for another video? I think if I do a second video on the weekend, I might do a video about Airsoft Fatty, because he did like a cooking video and it just looks absolutely disgusting. All right, so let me pull up the Cyrax vid. I even have the timestamp around where he talks about it. Just give me 1 second here.
Prime example where they started to show up to my house and harass my family and my friends. They threw a brick through the windshield of my parents' car, which we had to pay for out of pocket, mind you. And
that's a good point, Joanna. And let me give a little background here for anybody who doesn't know about how Cyrax and Foodie are interconnected. A few months ago, Foodie defended Cyrax. She said that the people pick on Cyrax, they bully him, and Marty, who is one of the main guys. Anyway, so they all that was going on. She tried to defend Cyrax, and so Marty kind of said, "Hey, Foodie, back off. You're in a fake marriage. You don't have a leg to stand on." So he then did said, "Hey, called messed with her mom's, tried to get her mom's car towed or something, something silly. I don't remember what it was, but they kind of got a little bit of a feud." Anyway, and since then, Foodie has not been talking much about Cyrax. But let's hear what Cyrax has to say about Foodie.
What they did to my friends was even worse. What they did to people that would stand up for.
I generally try to avoid like more serious type stuff, like with court and everything. I try to stick to more humorous type stuff usually. But thank you for asking.
Is even worse. They would threaten those people. They would threaten their families, keep them living in fear. Prime example. What's her name? Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty made a video standing up for me. She was one of the first ones to publicly make a video going against these people.
Absolutely. Foodie is a hero, according to Rax.
Then what happened?
She publicly stood up against these people. There's a trolling conspiracy out there, and Foodie is on the right side of history along with him. They're standing up to the trolls. Let me rewind this back a little bit so you folks can hear.
Prime example. What's her name? Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty made a video standing up for me. She was one of the first ones to publicly make a video going against these people. Then what happened? The troll stepped in, and all of a sudden, she was forced to shut down her video of me.
We're going to be ending it in just a minute, actually.
Why? Because they kept her living in fear. That's why. They wanted her to live in fear. And that's how these Nazis control people. And I can say for a fact that these people are neo-Nazis.
There we go. Okay, we're going to end it with that. Cyrax with his conspiracy theories. And that's the truth. That is the truth. We are, that's what we all are. Okay, everybody. So with that, I'm going to say good night, everybody. Let's have a good night. I hope you had fun. I hope we had hope we enjoyed talking about Foodie. We enjoyed that little bit at the end about Rax claiming Foodie. Good night, Bushy. Good night, everybody. 2 wackadoodles in a pod. Good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed evening. Thank you again, Rally, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Right? There's a lot of weird rumors about that. We're just going to leave it alone, though, right now, Nutty. Good night, Red Balls Fire. Good night, everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming to the show. Much appreciated. I love doing the show. You folks are a fantastic audience. Thank you so much. Anybody watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, and please subscribe if you're enjoying the show. I'll see you again next week. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.